Hello. In session 3, we are going to discuss about CMM and CMMI. CMM is a reference model of mature practices in a specified discipline like system engineering CMM, software CMM, people CMM, software acquisition CMM, etc. But they were difficult to integrate as and when needed. CMMI is a successor of CMM and evolved as a more matured set of guidelines and was built combining the best components of individual disciplines of CMMs. So CMMI has taken the best components and best practices from all the different disciplines like system engineering, software, people, and software acquisition CMM. It can be applied to product manufacturing, people management, software development, and a lot of other areas. CMM describes about the software engineering alone, whereas CMM integrated describes both software and system engineering. So that is the main difference between CMM and CMMI. So CMM is described or defined for software engineering processes only, whereas CMMI is for other areas which are connected to software and system engineering. CMMI also incorporates the integrated process and product development and supplier sourcing. Now we'll talk about the business objectives of CMMI, or what kind of business objectives are there of CMMI. The first business objective is produce quality products and services. The process improvement concept of CMMI is actually evolved out of the quality paradigm which was stated by Deming, Juran, and Crosby. This paradigm says quality products are a result of quality processes. So CMMI has a strong focus on quality related activities, including requirement management, quality assurance, verification, and validation. The second business objective is create value for stakeholders. The mature organizations are more likely to make better cost and revenue estimates than those with less maturity and then perform in line with those estimates. CMMI supports quality products, predictable schedules, and effective measurement to support the management in making accurate and defensible forecasts. This process maturity can guard against project performance problems that could weaken the value of the organization in the eyes of investors. The next business objective is enhance customer satisfaction, that is meeting cost and schedule targets with high quality products that are validated against customer needs is a good formula for customer satisfaction. That is the meaning of customer satisfaction. CMMI addresses all of these ingredients through its emphasis on the planning, monitoring, and measuring, and the improved predictability that comes with more capable processes. The next business objective is increase market share. The market share is a result of many factors, including quality products, services, the quality of services, name identification, pricing, image, and a lot of other factors. Customers like to deal with suppliers who have a reputation of some good practices in the market or have a reputation for meeting their commitments. The next business objective is gain an industry-wide recognition for excellence. The best way to develop a reputation for excellence is to consistently perform well on projects. Delivering quality products and services within cost and schedule parameters is another important aspect. So having processes that conform to CMMI requirements can enhance the reputation, the required reputation. The CMM integration, that is CMMI, is a model that has integrated several disciplines or bodies of knowledge. Now, currently there are 4 bodies of knowledge which are available for selecting a CMMI model. The first is system engineering, second is software engineering, third is integrated product and process development, and last is supplier sourcing. Software engineering or system engineering covers the development of complete systems which may or may not include software. System engineers focus on transforming customer needs, expectations, and constraints into product solutions and supporting these product solutions throughout the entire life cycle of the product. Software engineering covers the development of software systems. Software engineering focus on the applications of systematic, disciplined, and quantifiable approaches to the development, operations, and maintenance of the software. The integrated product and process development, IPPD, is a systematic approach that achieves a timely collaboration of relevant stakeholders throughout the life of the product to better satisfy customer needs. They can also use to satisfy the expectations and requirements of the customers. The processes to support an IPPD approach are integrated with the other processes in the organization. If a project or organization chooses IPPD, it performs the IPPD best practices concurrently with other best practices used to produce products. So if an organization or project wishes to use IPPD, then it must select one or more disciplines in addition to IPPD. So you cannot use IPPD in isolation. That's why the name consists of integrated. The next is supplier sourcing. As work efforts become more complex, project managers may use suppliers to perform functions or add modifications to products that are specifically needed by the project. When those activities are critical, the project benefits from enhanced source analysis and from monitoring supplier activities before product delivery. Under these circumstances, the supplier sourcing discipline covers the acquisition of products from suppliers. Similar to IPPD best practices, even supplier sourcing best practices must be selected in conjunction with best practices used to produce the products. Now, CMMI discipline selection. Based on these 4 bodies of knowledge, how to do the discipline selection? Selecting a discipline may be a difficult step and depends on what an organization wants to improve. If you are improving your system engineering processes like configuration management, measurement analysis, organizational process focus, project monitoring and control, process and product quality assurance, risk management, supplier agreement management, then you should select system engineering discipline. The discipline amplifications for system engineering receives special emphasis. If you are improving your integrated product and process development processes like integrated teaming, organizational environment for integration, then you should select IPPD. If you are improving your source selection processes like integrated supplier management, then you should select supplier sourcing. And if you are improving multiple disciplines, then you need to work on all the areas related to those disciplines and pay attention to all of the discipline amplifications. The CMMI is a structured approach. It consists of maturity levels or capability levels, which can be staged representation or continuous representation that we'll discuss on next slide. Process areas, so we have different process areas. Some are common processes, some are shared processes. Then we have different types of goals, some generic goals throughout all the processes. We can follow these generic goals. There are some specific goals according to project areas. Then we have some common features and practices which are related to generic and specific goals. A representation allows an organization to pursue different improvement objectives. An organization can go for one of the 2 improvement paths, which are like staged representation or continuous representation. So you can choose either one of them. The first is staged representation. The staged representation is the approach used in software CMM. It is an approach that uses predefined sets of process areas to define an improvement path for an organization. This improvement path is described by a model component called as maturity level. A maturity level is a well-defined evolutionary path towards achieving improved organizational processes. So the staged representation provides a proven sequence of improvements, each serving as a foundation for the next. So it's a chain kind of improvements, chain of improvements. It also permits comparisons across and among organizations by the use of maturity levels. So comparative analysis can be done. It provides an easy migration from software CMM to CMMI. So that integration and migration is very easy. It provides a single rating that summarizes appraisal results and allows comparisons among organizations. So it also provides some simple methods for summarizing how you can move from one maturity level to another maturity level, which is called as appraisal process. Thus, staged representation provides a predefined roadmap for organizational improvement based on proven grouping and ordering processes and associated organizational relationships. You cannot divert from sequence of steps. The steps has to be followed as it is. Next is continuous representation. The continuous representation is the approach used in the SECM and in IPDCMM also. This approach allows an organization to select a specific process area and make improvements based on it. The continuous representation uses capability levels to characterize improvements relative to an individual process area. So CMMI continuous representation allows you to select the order of improvement that best meets your organization business objectives and mitigates your organization area of risk. It enables comparisons across and among organizations on a process area by process area basis. So instead of doing the comparison of overall organization at a certain level, you can do the comparison at process level also. It provides an easy migration from EIA 731 to CMMI. This EIA 731 is a system engineering capability model. Thus, continuous representation provides flexibility to organization to choose the processes for improvement as well as the amount of improvement needed or required. So you can create subgroups of processes. You can select one process in isolation and you can go for continuous representation. So start improving and start maturing your processes one by one, and effectively at the end you will have a mature processes across organization. Now in terms of comparison of continuous with staged representation, the continuous representation, in continuous representation processes or process areas are organized by the categories, the process area categories. Whereas in staged representation, the process areas are organized by maturity levels. In case of continuous, the improvement is measured using capability levels. So we have different capability levels, and these levels measures the maturity of a particular process across the organization, which ranges from 0 to 5. Whereas in case of staged representation, the improvement is measured using maturity level, and the maturity levels measures the maturity of a set of processes, not individual process, across the organization. So it ranges from 1 to 5. In case of continuous, there are two types of specific practices like base and advanced practice. All specific practices appear in the continuous representation. But in case of staged, there is only one type of specific practice, and the concept of base and advanced practices are not in use in case of staged representation. In continuous representation, capability levels are used to organize the generic practices, whereas in staged, the common features are used to organize the generic practices. All generic practices in continuous are included in each process area. because we are dealing with all the processes one by one. Whereas in case of staged representation, only the level 2 and level 3 generic practices are included. In case of continuous, equivalent staging allows determination of a maturity level from an organization's achievement profile. Whereas in case of staged, there is no need for an equivalence mechanism to back the continuous representation, because each organization can choose what to improve and how much to improve. Now, which representation is better, continuous or staged? So each representation has its advantages over the other. Some organizations use both representations to address particular requirements at various times. Organizational maturity is the focus of the staged representation, whereas process area capability is the focus of continuous representation. That is the most important thing to remember. That if you want to talk about organizational level maturity, then the focus should be on staged representation. And if you're dealing with or talking about process level or process area capability, process area maturity, then the focus should be on continuous representation. Organizational maturity and process area capability are similar concepts. The difference between them is that organizational maturity pertains to a set of process areas across the organization, while the process area capability deals with set of processes relating to a single process area or a specific practice. The CMMI framework provides the structure needed to produce CMMI models. Now, this CMMI framework also provides a different set of training and appraisal components. To allow the use of multiple models within the CMMI framework, the model components are classified as either common to all CMMI models or applicable to a specific model. The common material is called as CMMI Model Foundation, CMF. And the components of the CMF are part of every model generated from the CMMI framework. So if you are creating your own framework at organizational level using CMMI as the base, then you have to use the CMF, which is the foundation components, as part of your model. Those components are combined with material applicable to an area of interest. For example, acquisition, development, service, etc. Now we'll talk about the concept of constellation. A constellation is defined as a collection of CMMI components that are used to construct models, training materials, and appraisal related documents for an area of interest. So related to specific area, if you are creating some model with training material and appraisal related documents, that group is called as constellation. So we can have a different constellation for acquisition, we can have a different constellation for development, and we can have a different constellation for services, and so on. The development constellation model is called as CMMI for development or CMMI dev. CMMI for development is a reference model that covers activities for developing both products and services. Organizations from many industries, including aerospace, banking, computer hardware, software, defense, automobile manufacturing, or telecommunications, or any other industries, they use CMMI for development. The CMMI for development contains practices that cover project management, process management, system engineering, hardware engineering, software engineering, and all other supporting processes used in development and maintenance of the softwares. Use professional judgment and some common sense to interpret the model for your own organization as per your requirement. That is, although the process areas described in this model depict behaviors considered best practices for most of the users, the process areas and practices should be interpreted using an in-depth knowledge of CMMI development, which are based on your organizational constraints and your business environment and objectives also. In the present scenario, an organization improves its way of doing business by various standards, models, methodologies, and guidelines. However, most of these standards and models focus on a particular domain or division of a business rather than taking a systematic approach to the problem. CMMI for development offers a possibility to eliminate or avoid these barriers or problems faced by many organizations worldwide. The CMMI for development comprises of best practices that address development activities applicable to products and services developed by an organization. It also comprises practices that include the product's lifecycle, covering from beginning to delivery and up to even maintenance. The CMMI Dev contains 22 process areas. So we'll discuss different process areas, all the process areas in details in the next session. So CMMI Dev contains 22 process areas, out of which the 16 are core process areas. The CMF, you can say, foundation, which consists of 16 core process areas, and there is one shared process area and 5 are development specific process areas. So all these process areas with details will be discussed in the next session. All CMMI development model practices concentrate on the activities of an organization that are in the software development business. CMMI contains process areas specially defined for software engineering activities like requirement development or technical solutioning, product integration, verification, and validation. So this is the end of session number 3, where we have discussed CMMI and different business objectives of CMMI. Then we have also discussed the different bodies of knowledge which are available to select a CMMI model and how to select a specific body of knowledge for your organization. Then there are 2 representations in CMMI, like staged and continuous, where staged representation is about organizational level maturity and continuous representation is at process level maturity. Then we have also discussed the CMMI framework and the foundation of CMMI, that is the core processes which are part of every model based on CMMI, which are called as CMMI Model Foundation, CMF. Then we have also discussed the concept of constellation, where it is a group of all the activities, models, documents, appraisal results related to a specific segment or domain. And we have discussed some details about CMMI for development, how it can be used by software industries.